Let's have a little bit of contact there from Scott. He muscles his way past.
To the back of Muggleton just has to cross over this crest. He will cross the line and will win the championship.
The V8 Supercar Americas Series, where we're already underway today. I'm JD Smith. I'll be your commentator, and alongside me, the other commentator today, the man, Kane Kraft, up here in the booth with me. He is the director and the commentator of the day. He is what it's all about. But already underway now has company from Marlon McMullen, who's threatening to pretty much put a crowning, just almost a permanent place in the books as champion here today. He could really about make it impossible for anybody to be able to take that championship. He can really set it in stone today if he can get a great result. Right now, fighting for the lead. It is absolutely unbelievable. Sorry about the getting late on live, guys, but we are here and we're happy to bring you V8 Supercars America's action right now. Kane, how you doing, buddy? And look right here, some trouble. Marlon coming down on the inside. He's going to look for an open door. He's pushing with everything he has. Side by side now, it's going to be a good job by Tony Ottridge to shut the door. He is able to hold on to that lead for now. Sorry, buddy. Okay, I'm having a little trouble here in Kane, so we'll check. Yes, Kane, I hear you, buddy. I don't know if you can hear me. Now you do. You didn't a minute ago, unfortunately. But, yeah, glad we're here now. Big racing already. And what a job by Tony Ottridge up at the front to be able to hold off Marlon. Look at him right here, right now in the number 2 car. He is working the inside. Let's see if it holds. He's going to have to make the outside work. It's a big, tough turn in a narrow road here. Off the road is the leader, Tony Ottridge. He pushed a little too hard, got off the road. Now he'll lose another spot as Marty Carroll and the Sim Pit Falcon make their way by. And behind him, it's Dale Niche in the Apexy Ford Falcon who come right on by. That is a tough break for Tony Ottridge to pull.
He's up there right up at the front of the field, putting some pretty serious pressure on Marlon as well. He's got Ian Ford and Ethan Gregg.
Man, what an unbelievable lap number 3 of the race. Already seen a big lead change. Marlon McMullen, he has a chance today to really make this almost set in stone. I believe it would be mathematically impossible for him to lose the championship if he were to win this race. But I'm not 100% sure if it's set in stone or not. I'll have to look exactly at the points. But one thing I didn't get to mention because we jumped right in, guys, we are at Alton, Virginia here at the Virginia International Raceway, and a really unique track, 3.27 miles, 17 miles. Tonight we are set up to run 34 laps around this track. And this track a lot longer than what we, length, so we might have to see some pit stops tonight, Kane. Maybe a little race strategy brought into play. What do you think?
I think I'm looking forward to seeing some pit stops. It's been many races since we've had pit stops come into effect. We haven't had a pit stop since Bathurst at week 7, so I love it when the strategy comes into effect.
Right now, I'm taking a look at the number 8 car. It is the new up-and-coming sensation, Ethan Griggault. And right now, right on the bumper of our leader, Marlon McMullen. Not only is he a leader of the race, we've mentioned he is the point leader as well.
And he just got around Clifton Cockrell, and now Richard Elward making his way through the field. That's going to put Clifton Cockrell back one more position. Richard Elward in the Mad Cow vehicle. Dale Niche pulling up the back of the field tonight. Race, so that split the splits. Those in this top split are 13 really good drivers.
We got trouble, Kane. It's Matt Powelski off the road on the final turn here of the lap. He does rejoin traffic in his Red Bull Holden right in front of Nigel Bain and his Sim Pit Falcon. So, or Holden, excuse me. So keep an eye there. A tough break there from Matt Powalski. Man, he was coming up around that final turn right where the big oak tree is, Kane, and just losing this position to another driver, Nigel Baines, back here. He's holding on to 11th at the moment, but we'll see if Nigel can take it away.
Matt in that black and white Red Bull skin that we've seen the last couple weeks, very popular skin.
He just had another huge pass. Side-by-side action, and Michael Cracknell able to jump ahead of Greg Sharp. What a killer side-by-side battle, but a really, really veteran move put on by Michael Cracknell. He'll move up into the 7th position, and now we have Nigel Baines on the attack as he starts to look at Greg Sharp. Boy, there's all kind of action going on in the mid-pack. Oh, and even in the back right now, Dale Niche and company and Clifton Cockrell going at it. Even in the back of the pack, here they are side by side, and it looks like Dale Niche going to be the one that takes advantage, and he makes his way around Clifton Cockrell. So Dale Niche going to move up into 12th position now as he gets back or gets around, and he'll be looking ahead at the Mad Cow of Richard Elward next.
Got a 3-car train up here for the lead, and it's definitely intense racing for this #1 spot.
Yeah, it's a trio of drivers up at the top. Ian Ford trails the front two. Ethan Greg Galt, the brand new sensation, and the number 8 machine. And then, of course, ahead of him, Marlon Holden. And flying down this straightaway right now, he is trying to put a little bit of distance between number 2. Man, I'm really amazed at how well these front guys are running. Like you said, the top 3 running really tight. Even 4th and 5th have a good thing going on right now as well. Marty Carroll got ahead of Tony Ottridge after Tony's off track early in the race. And only a few short laps later, Tony Ottridge able to hang on and putting all kinds of pressure on the number 6 Sim Pit Falcon of Martin Carroll. And it's a really good thing to watch these two go at it. And the trio ahead of them still going at it, although a little bit of space being put between Marlon McMullen and Ethan Greg Galt. Oh, E-double-G, buddy. Ethan Greg Galt. He has just been sensational. One of those questions that may sound crazy as Ethan Greg Galt looking for an opening here to maybe possibly going up into the lead. He's going to get a look. It's just not going, oh, a bump. There's some trouble for the points leader, Marlon McMullen. They're going to go side by side, and the number 8 car of Ethan Greg Galt will take the lead momentarily. Oh, he went in a little bit strong. He'll hang on just enough. Even though he drove it in strong, a great job from the number 8 machine to hang on to it. He used every single inch of road he had and was able to hang on.
The draft, very important here at Virginia. As long as the car behind is in sniffing distance, he can use that draft to catch back up and get right back on the bumper. So Marlon McMullen still in the draft. He's still got a chance here. And he's reeled Ethan right back in, and we'll be looking to see Marlon put a retake move back on Ethan.
Well, he's already got it right now. He was looking at an inside, and right now regains the lead immediately. Ethan Greg Galt does not want to risk them two getting into an incident here and ruining their race chances. So very, very aggressive right there from Marlon McMullen, but it does pay off. And for the meantime, Marlon McMullen in the lead. What I was going to ask you real quick, Kane, with the racing so good, is in the number 8 car, Ethan Greg Galt. Is his car all white for you as well?
No, it's a Sim Pit car.
Okay, it just has not updated for me yet. I'll refresh again. Hopefully that will update momentarily. Brought it up last week on the show, and some big news for the SDC team. That's a big, big, big signing. Good battle with Clifton Cockrell and Richard Elward. Remember, we talked about this, just to try to jump up in there and hold off Richard Elward here. Now, Richard Elward, when they started the lap, was in 12th. Clifton was in 11th, and they're still side by side. Going to be Richard Elward who's going to be able to jump ahead of Clifton here for so right now Richard Elward able to jump into 11th, and we'll see if he'll hang on to that one. Good run right there for Matt Poelski, trying to rebound after his early race woes. Kane, remember at the beginning of this one, his black and white Red Bull Holden had troubles getting off track there in the final turn of lap 2. He just went a little bit strong and came off into the grass. Luckily for him, no damage to the Red Bull machine. Gets back on the track. The only problem, he fell from 7th place back to 11th. Right now, he currently rides in 9th. Another car to keep an eye on is Sam Collins in the number 10. He is in 6th position at the moment, and he looks ahead at Michael Cracknell up in 7th place. So, Mike Cracknell jumped up into 6th. And so we'll see if Sam Collins can regain his position he lost just a moment ago to the sim pit Holden there. And I tell you what, just starting a new lap here, lap number 8. We got a lot of them to run tonight, buddy. 30-plus laps in this one, and it's sure to go down to the wire.
Do want to mention Marty Carroll. He's caught the group now. He's in 4th place. He's caught the bumper of Ian Ford. So big battle up here at the front of the field.
Yeah, with Marty Carroll joining up, and now Tony Ottridge up in the picture as well in his TTR Falcon. This has become a 5-car race up at the front of the field. And remember, we mentioned earlier, this is a pit stop race. These guys are going to have to use some strategy. This will bust up things a little bit, but in pit stop races of days past, it was really fun watching these guys go into pit road all together. They'd get separated for a little while, and then after all the pit stops cycled through, they'd be all right back in it again. Always really exciting in these pit stop races like this. That's what I love. You know, I've been waiting for them all season.
Do want to mention next season that we will have an addition to the broadcast. Next season will have its own qualifying session, and we'll be bringing each qualifying session to you every Friday. So a little bit of an addition to the broadcast starting next season, which is just a couple weeks away.
And boy, that's some awesome news, Kane. I'm so happy to hear that. You know, it's something we've been really wanting to have as a part of our show for quite some time, and really, really excited to have that here. And another thing I do want to mention, guys, if you haven't had a chance and to check it out already, Kane and myself, our new venture for 2015 has been underway. Our brand new radio show, All Jacked Up, is now currently on iTunes. It just was added to iTunes officially the other day, and Kane worked really hard to get that up there on iTunes, and it is now officially on iTunes. All you have to do is go and search for All Jacked Up, 100% free. And we already have episode 1 up there. It is split into 2 awesome parts, so you can listen to half now and half later, however you want to do it. And we'll be having another episode coming out real soon, so you're going to want to stay tuned for that. But we thank you guys for your support, and we sure do appreciate it. Man, what a great job up here in the front. Really enjoying this front 5 right now here on lap 10, Kane. Right now, really good job from Ethan Griggault to stay up here with an extremely fast-paced Marlon McMullen. His Red Bull Holden is the guy behind him. He's kind of being overshadowed by the front two, but Ian Ford in the Maverick, well, really proud of Ian Ford. He has had a wonderful season so far, and with only 1 week remaining after today, Kane, really just a big for Ian this season.
Yep.
Good. Glad to hear that, buddy. Just checking around right now. Currently on lap 11, and run a killer race up here. Really enjoying everything so far. And I did want to also mention, it's been a big season. We'll be at Road Atlanta next week, so you're not going to want to miss the finale here of Season 1 of 2015 here in the V8 Supercar Americas season. We have 34 laps tonight, almost 1/3 of the way through the race tonight already. It was an awesome start from what I hear, and literally just missed the start. And ever since the drop of the green flag, it has just been nothing but nonstop action. Here comes Ethan Grigalt really putting on some heat on our leader, Marlon McMullen. And right now, the Red Bull Holden able to hold on to first place momentarily. Really, really good opportunity right there from Ethan. Have to do some tires, worry about their tires. They're pushing mighty hard every time I look up. There's another battle for a position, and these guys are really... although they're being patient, Kane, they're also jumping on every opportunity they have. So if they see the slightest bit of daylight, they're going to jump to lay back, as he didn't have quite enough room. This is a very narrow,
Checking out the new. I'd been trying to get them to work, and I don't know, they wasn't working. I finally did get them working, and that's where I've kind of been AFK for a little bit. Thanks for the help on the in-car cameras. I've been wanting a new set of in-car cameras for a while, and these are pretty bad. I like them.
Bad in a good way.
Yeah.
Boy, more recently in 9th place. Unless he went through a pit stop that I was unaware of, that is exactly what he did. He actually went down pit road and went ahead and got his pit stop out of the way. So it looks like 15 liters put in the number 7 machine of Matt Pawelski, and he has been in and out of pit road, so he currently rides in 13, but he is the first of our cars to hit pit road. It's an early stop today.
I tell you what, Ethan is not letting Marlon get out of his sight. He is just staying right there.
Well, Tony Ottridge was able to get around Marty Carroll when I was looking at checking on Matt Pawelski. I look back, and Tony Ottridge has moved up into the 4th position. They got out to a nice lead there for a moment, but they got to the heat of battle. He went a little bit hot and heavy, got off track into the Gulf, back up into 4th. We'll see if Marty can regain that 4th spot, as he is staying quite close to the TTR Falcon. Up in the top 3 right now, Ian Ford is in 3rd, a little ways back from the front 2 runners, but it is still a big show from the number 8 Sim Pit. I can't even say it today, buddy. The Sim Pit Holden and the Red Bull Holden. They are both up here. Oh, it's a rough turn from Ian Ford back there. That could cost him a little bit of time and cause some more separation, and that actually will allow Ian Ford to maybe close in a little bit. Ian Ford to fall back up into Tony Ottridge. Tony's got a good view on the prize ahead up in 3rd place. That is a podium position. that is ahead in that Maverick Weldon Holden. And we'll keep our eye on that as time goes. Now, Ian Ford has been running some fast laps. 149.9 was his last one. Unfortunately for him, the leader's last lap was 148.8. And in the lead, another 148.8. Almost identical times between Ethan Grigg-Galt and our leader, Marlon McMullen. How crazy close were those two laps? Only 1/10, insanely close. Boy, I tell you what, this is insane right here. Really enjoying watching Marlon McMullen up here. It really brings back the Marlon McMullen of days of old, Kane. I know you remember sitting here doing our broadcast and having Marlon McMullen the years he won back-to-back America's titles. And I'm telling you what, he is really, really on the pace, no pun intended, but on the road to another championship. I don't see anybody that's really willing to jump up and stop him today, especially with the guys that are on the there. Even though, it's nothing's guaranteed, he's getting out there in front of a very fast Ethan Grigg-Galt and holding his own. We've already seen one aggressive power to make sure that he stays ahead of Ethan. And, boy, I'm really impressed with him so far. I think he's done a really, really great job early in this race. Now, here we are at lap 15. Another 2 laps, and we will officially be halfway with this race. So I wouldn't be surprised to see our leader get ready to head down pit road real soon.
Yeah, one thing Marlon's definitely got going for him this season is the consistency. Yes, there has been several other drivers, but they've missed a couple races here and there for whatever reason. Allowed Marlon, and of course Marlon's had a great consistency this year too. Not only has he been here every week, but he's had great finishes for most all of them, except for Phillip Island, which put him back in 10th, which for Phillip Island, I guess that was a good finish. But great consistency definitely has got him up at the front of this championship, and it's, like I say, it's looking like nobody's going to be able to catch him here.
Kane, there was some trouble for number 3, Ian Ford. He has fallen back. I'm trying to find out what happened to Ian, who really fell back. He is fallen back to 6th place at the moment. I'm going to see if I can go back and find out exactly what happened to the number 3 car of Ian Ford. Oh, it was some trouble, yes. As I'm watching, let me catch it all the way through. He was coming down the straightaway and just the back end got loose. Car comes around. He's in the grass and unfortunately lost a lot of time. Good for him, no damage, but that is a lot of valuable time he'll have to make back up in the Maverick Weldon Holden.
I want to mention Dale Niche up in 9th place. We've seen Dale whenever we first joined the broadcast. He was back in the very last place. He's worked his way all the way up into 9th, so fantastic job by Dale, just racing forward and gaining several spots here today. McCracknell in the pits. Tony Ottridge now on his way out of the pits, so a couple drivers taking their pit stop and getting that out of the way. Marlon McMullen's done with his pit stop. Ethan Grigg's done with his. 11.5 seconds, 11.8 seconds, 11.0 20 seconds. So extra long pit stop for Matt, but I think he was having a little struggle there when he went in. Maybe had to get some repairs done.
Yeah, it could have been some minor repairs done to the car, any damage, but you never know. Sometimes little things can be done to the car when they get off track. And so we'll keep an eye on him and see kind of how the car does after his stop.
Do want to mention, after the pit stops, Marlon's gained a couple car lengths, but not enough. Ethan is still in the draft, and that's going to ultimately get Ethan right back up to the position he was before the pit stops. So Ethan doing a great job to get out in time to stay in that draft.
Kane, something's going on with Marty Carroll, our leader. He is off on the grass and just slowly riding off into the nowhere, off into the abyss.
Hit the brakes, Marty. Oh, you touched the wall there.
I think something happened.
I don't
that
think
was,
any damage. I think his monitor probably went off or something from the
yeah,
looks
I
of it.
don't. Yeah, I don't think Marty had connection, or he could see. He stayed on the road, but he got real slow, and then the car just went straight and just kept going straight. No brake was applied, so I think that his pedals went out or something. There's definitely a system malfunction there, and that is a tough break for the number 6 Sim Pit Ford Falcon of Marty Carroll, and I hate to see that. And currently, surely he's trying to get things fixed up, and very unfortunate, man. He had a good run going, and I just hate to see that for Marty. I know he's got to be highly upset. We do have a car heading down pit road right now, Kane, and that is Richard Elward, who is heading down pit road. The number 11 machine has now hit his pit stall. We'll see how long he's in, but the Mad Cow Holden is in pit road.
Do you want to mention, just a minute ago I was talking about Ethan staying in that draft and that was going to keep him in the game. Now there's a 2.7 second gap between Marlon McMullen and Ethan Grigg, and what that means is that he's out of the draft now. He's not got that gain. But we know that Ethan's got a lot of, fortunately, that the time behind is increasing. So
Ian Ford headed down pit road. Now, Ian, remember, he was in 3rd place and then had fallen back to 5th place, I believe it was. Kane, he is now in pit road. He is the official leader of the race, or was, as he now loses that lead in pit road. But hopefully a quick stop for him, and he can get out. He's got to make up some of that time that he lost earlier. Looked like a quick stop. I don't know what the official time is, but it looked like a good stop.
10.5, that's 1 second quicker than most everybody else's pit stop, so I don't know if that's going to be enough to gain us enough time, but it was definitely quicker than everybody else's.
Well, he comes out in front of Michael Cracknell, so that puts him in 4th place, Kane, and that is better than where he was when he fell back. So if he can keep, get a little loose there. But, yeah, if he can get some really good pace going on, he might be able to catch a podium, but he's going to have to work really hard to catch Tony Ottridge.
So there is plenty of race left.
You mentioned the Ethan Grigg in the losing the draft and trying to catch up with Marlon McMullen. If Ethan can get a good pace going, he can catch him. The problem is Marlon McMullen's last lap, 147.8. Ethan's was a 149.8. So literally exactly Ethan Grigg over Marlon McMullen. He is going to have to make that pace up. And we got to remember, even though this is a longer race, it's not quite that long. It is lap 18 of 34 laps. So we're a little over the halfway point now, and somebody's going to have to turn on the heat if they're going to want to catch the point leader here. Now Marlon, he's got nothing but open road ahead of him, and although Ethan Grigg has lost the draft, Marlon McMullen doesn't benefit from it either. So if Ethan can just get good pace going, or 2 Red Bull machine, maybe a little slip up here or there, and he'll be right back in this picture. Really, the cars have spread out a little bit. I'll do a run up still in the exact same spot. And currently he is in 13th position. Richard Elward is currently in 11th. He's in pit road as well. Dale Nish is currently in the 10th position, and he is looking ahead to Matt Powelski, who's up in 9th. In 8th place, it is Greg Sharp, who's in the Maverick Weldon Holden. Ahead of him, it's Sam Collins. He's currently riding it. Of course, Ian Ford is in 3rd. That's one of the closest battles on the track right now. Tony Ottridge is up in 3rd. Ethan Grigg is in 2nd. And Marty Carroll, Marlon McMullen leads our race. Yeah, poor Marty Carroll is not the leader, unfortunately. He is over on the fence feeding the cows. Kane, it literally looked like Marty had to go off for a bathroom break or something. I mean, he was sitting there riding along, and the car slowed down, and he just kind of gently pulled off the side of the road.
I think he went over there to sign autographs. There's a couple spectators at the fence. I think Marty's over there signing autographs.
That sounds like Marty. Oh, Marty, I know you're probably listening to this right now. You're probably so mad at us. Oh, Marty's
He was
a good
having a
guy.
great race too. You know, he
Oh,
was
he
racing up there
was.
at the front with those guys and having such a fantastic race. So, computer graphics card. You know, at this point we don't know exactly what it was, if his wheel came unplugged or what. But definitely frustrating when you're having that good of a race.
Boy, I'm telling you what, Kane, I'm thinking that Richard Elward and Clifton Cockerell's days are over. They do not seem to have any type of urgency to get back out on the track. And their days look like they may be over.
Yeah, you're probably right about that.
Both engines are off on both of those cars at the moment, so unless they fire them back up.
His car, so the drivers are not in the cars. That's one thing that they added in whenever they did the driver swaps. The drivers can now get out of their cars, and those two drivers did exit their vehicles.
Tell you what, Kane, let's take a look at our point leader right now, Mr. McMullen. Actually, we'll take a look from him, from Ethan Griggault. Let's go on board with the number 8 car of Ethan Griggault, and we'll get a look at the track and get a look at his distance between him and the leader. So if we do go on board with Ethan Griggault, you'll get to see just how narrow this road is and how awesome it was when we had all the passing going on earlier. Very, very exciting. Look how tight these turns are, and the curve, using every single bit of it here, so you can really cut the angles down and hit those apexes just right here. To me, this is one of the toughest tracks. I know a lot of drivers love it here. Some hate it. I unfortunately fall on the part that hate this track. Just because I can't run good at it. I just never have. Here's the big final turn where we saw Pawelski run off a little earlier. Look how close Ethan comes to the wall there, and that's just using just the right apex there. He hit it about perfect, and here he comes down this front stretch full speed ahead, and he is going 159, make that 160, almost right over 172 mile an hour before getting on the brakes and then washing the speed off here. These are where the tight turns are here at VIR. He is looking really good right now. You can see up ahead, there is Marlon McMullen, so he is within striking distance. It's only lap 21 to 34, so a lot of time left in this race, but an awesome, awesome onboard footage here. Loving the onboard and in-car camera angles, Kane.
Camera views, they are really awesome. Great job.
Marlon McMullen is up there enjoying his drive right now. It's a Sunday drive out there. He would beg to differ. He has a lot riding on this race today, and at any little slip out here, he were to get one of these tires in the ground, you kind of get into just going through the motions. You can really slip up sometimes and make a mistake, and he's got to be ever so careful not to make a mistake. I mean, really and truly, Ethan Griggault is really not that far behind, and then Tony Autrich is kind of starting to make his way up to Ethan. So I mean, they are far apart, but the smallest slip could put them right back together. In fact, another good battle starting to heat up back here. Michael Cracknell, Kane, in the number 4 car, has kind of caught up here to Ian Ford, so a battle for 4th place could be on very soon.
Do want to let you know that I have caught up with Marty Carroll. He not off signing autographs like we had thought. Marty, welcome to the booth, buddy.
Yeah, g'day gentlemen. A bit premature for me to be in here, but yeah, finished signing some autographs on the way back to the booth, so But yeah, unfortunately for my Simpet SDC Falcon, decided to let go of the engine. Well, I just took over the lead there, so a little bit disappointing end to the race. So, but yeah, the boys are still out there competing and giving it a crack.
Yeah, I mean, you know, me and Kane were watching along, and Kane was talking, and I just saw you coming down the hill there, and I saw you slow down, and I just said, well, he is just slowly going into the grass, and we were watching you, and Kane said, hit the brakes, Marty, and I think he's just going off the side of the road here to sign autograph.
I wish it was that simple. I could just rejoin the race, but yeah, no, didn't do anything out of the ordinary, and just it happens sometimes. I just let go, and no, I was having you know, really good event, and was able to, you know, look to compete for a podium position there, and so a little bit disappointing for a good buddy. Jason Quire is in hospital at the moment, having some surgery done. So thinking of you, buddy, and Michael Fulcher, who's at home pretending to be sick and not racing, watching the V8s and probably the cricket and having beers. Hey, Fulch, I know he'll be watching.
Absolutely, man. Well, we're happy to have you here with us, and really sorry that happened. You did have a really good run going. Right now,
You are in the
looking
Ford,
on,
ain't you?
Simple.
right now, look, Dale Niche. Dale has come up into the action, and a little slip up from the Apexy machine, but he's right there with him, within a car length and a half. And here it comes, the closest battle we've had in about 5 laps now. Remember, Poelski went off the track early in the race, and Del Niche, really proud of him here. He has been coming on very strong lately. He has put this down to a 1-car length battle now, and this could be something really interesting very, very soon if he can get that car on the inside. Now, the Apexy Holden does have a little bit of damage to the driver's side quarter panel. It is missing up there, and it doesn't seem to be bothering him too bad at all. Makes me wonder if that's one of those glitches. We've seen that glitch a couple times this season, and I don't think it is, because he's had that quarter panel missing, Kane, for a couple of laps. And you know the glitch, it'll repair it when they come by the start-finish line.
No, I don't think it's in,
that one
such
won't.
a great effect around here. I remember at Alton Park there, it had the net prediction code. So every time you got close to the barrier, it would pull it off and then realise you didn't actually hit it. But no, Dale was actually running close behind me there at one stage during the race, and I think he come off there at turn 2, just ran it a little bit wide on the grass and must have brushed the tyre bundles there. So no, he's putting in a good effort to come back into the top 10 there.
Boy, he really is. I was very impressed. He was about, I don't know, probably about 7 or 8 car lengths back, and within half a lap, just while you and Kane were chatting there, he really, really put on a show and brought it within 2 car lengths, and then, of course, just a minute ago within 1, and now falling off a bit. But, boy, he really put on a really good run there for a short time. Wanted to know if he maybe put in a little bit too aggressively, may have put too much heat on those tires, as now he's falling off. Now he's starting to regain, it looks like, guys. So here he's reeling them back in again. He's right there in this picture again. Boy, it'd be great to see that 13 car Del Niche try to get a top 10. You know, good to see him do well. Good to see him back out on the track. 2nd week in a row we've seen Del Niche back out here.
Yeah, he's definitely been rejuvenated since sort of he partnered up with Corey Preston there for the Premier Series, and sort of it's rejuvenated his lust for the V8. So yeah, he's definitely been competing a lot more in the official series, you know, across the board with the Americas and Monday SOF. So, no, it's good to see.
That is something I'm so glad that you brought up, Marty. And it's something I really wanted to bring up a minute ago, and I totally forgot. I wanted to announce also, of course, we announced our new radio show a minute ago earlier in the broadcast, but also I wanted to let you guys know to go visit V8s Online on YouTube. All you got to do is head over to YouTube and search V8s Online, one word, and you can check out the brand new season of the V8 Scops, the V8 Supercar Online Premier Series, as it just got kicked off. And I went, gentlemen, and watched bits and pieces of it the other day. Oh, big trouble for Dale Niche. He does a wonderful job saving that apexy hold, and he gets it right back and just misses the retaining wall there, the tire wall. No damage done other than the time lost for the 13 car, and he gets back on the track. But, oh, man, that could have been devastational and ended the day of Dale Niche. He'll hang in there. But time is the V8 Supercars Online Premier Series got things kicked off. It is on there, the entire broadcast on YouTube under V8's Online. Guys, you got to go check it out. It's about a 3.5-hour broadcast. So I didn't get a chance to catch the whole thing, but I got a good chance to watch most of it. I watched the developmental race, a good part of qualifying, and the beginning of the actual race. So very, very entertaining. If you guys haven't had a chance to check that out there, all the viewers out there, make sure you head over to V8's Online on YouTube. That's also a hub you can watch all of the V8 Supercar America. You really need to check that out, guys. And but back to the race, man. Fantastic run we have here at VIR. We have Marty Carroll here in the booth. So, of course, got Kane Kraft in here with us as well, as we're here on lap 26 of 34.
Yeah, back to what you was talking about 5 or 10 minutes ago, that V8 Series Premier Series. What a fantastic race there. That if you just watched the beginning, you missed the absolute best part I have seen in a long time.
Oh, it's the most exciting last 5 laps I've seen in a very long time. It was a very good spectacle, and I won't ruin it for everyone out there, but definitely worth going for a watch.
Yeah. The last race I seen that had that much excitement was the Week 13 race at Bathurst, when Madison Down ended up getting that penalty and having to regress the right there competing with it. It was fantastic.
Yeah, definitely a great way to kick off the Premier Series. It's it's a very great concept put on by OSR and V8's Online, and it's spread over 15 rounds from now until November, so it's definitely one to look out for on the weeks they're on. And but definitely don't miss All Jacked Up and the America Series.
Yeah, man, they've been great so far. And like I was saying early in the show, we got our final race next week, guys, from Road Atlanta here to wrap up season 1 of the 2015 campaign of the V8 Supercar America Series. It looks promising for Marlon McMullen. He's out there and holds the race lead right now. Of course, we know in second place, Ethan Grigg-Galt has been coming up there in second, but he looks good. I know, Marty, tell us how happy you guys are to have this young talent here, or new talent, we should say, signed on with STC. That's a really, really big signing.
Oh yeah, it's definitely we're quite happy and very proud of how he's come along so quickly. He's definitely been able to absorb all the information we've fed him, and been able to take that on board and practically apply that out on track, and it's instantly proved results for him. So he's happy, we're happy. He's a great fit personality-wise for the team, and he gelled in like he's always been there. So I know Paul Slavenek did a little one-on-one interview with him during last week, and that's up on the iRacing News there, or the STC Motorsports fan page. You can find the link, which is quite a good little insight into getting to know Ethan.
Man, that's fantastic. And as we've talked to Paul Slavenek in the past, he does a wonderful job writing over there for iRacing and Racing News. And so if you guys, another thing you want to check out, go over and check that out as well, and check out that. I'm going to have to check that article out, Marty. That sounds fantastic. In fact, we were talking about our new radio show, All Jacked Up. I was mentioning it earlier in the show. Make sure you guys listen up. We're going to have a new episode coming real soon. We plan on recording our second episode at the sooner or later, so you want to be on the lookout for that. If you'd like information on when broadcasts are posted, all you have to do is go to our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/All Jacked Up, or just search All Jacked Up. That's JAKD. And just hit the old like and follow button, and we'll keep you guys posted on everything you need to know. Also, we also keep some full race links, so for especially you Australian fans that may not get a chance of going and finding full race links of NASCAR races, and at least put the Unlimited up there for you guys to watch in its entirety. So it's up there on the Facebook page, a link to it anyhow, and of course all the information on upcoming all jacked up episodes. And like I said, we are officially on iTunes now. It has gone through it.
Yeah, iTunes is going to be a...
Atlanta, isn't it, Jody?
I'm sorry?
That's going to make you late to get into Atlanta.
Yeah, it
this
is.
Weekend's NASCAR round.
That's okay. Yeah, I am. I'm planning on heading to Atlanta after the conclusion of broadcasting. And but no hurry. It's really cold out there, so I'm actually looking at maybe getting a few Z's and heading out early in the morning, leaving about 5 or 6 in the morning and heading out that way. Because if I head out real late, it's kind of cold tonight.
It's like 28 degrees, which is going to be, I don't even know. And your guys
Pretty close to 0.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess it would be. It'd be pretty close to 0.
Woo,
So
Celsius.
That's cold. It's like 28 degrees Celsius outside.
Oh my goodness, yeah. We're getting this last minute cold season. It's supposed to be spring weather here soon, and winter says it's not so fast, my friend. We're gonna get cold one more time, and they, it's serious. We had they called it Snowmageddon the other day. It just randomly snowed about 5 inches in North Georgia, and they're very worried about getting the race in this weekend. But luckily, the track in Hampton is south of Atlanta, so it didn't see the snow. It just saw loads of rain. But today was absolutely gorgeous, and tomorrow's supposed to be the same, and now they're saying Sunday could possibly be just as beautiful. So things are looking up for the race weekend here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. But guys, we got a race about to conclude here on the track here at VIR. Right now on lap 30 of 34, Marlon J. McMullen in the lead. And quite a lead he has. Back there in second, it is Ethan Griggault in the number 8 Sim Pit Holden. Back in third, holding on to the short step on the podium, it's Tony Autridge in the TTR Ford Falcon. Back in fourth place, it is Ian Ford in the Maverick Weldon Holden. And then we look at Michael Cracknell rounding out our top 5. If we look back to Nigel Baines, another Sim Pit he's in the Holden. It gets me every time. Nigel is in the Sim Pit Holden there, another SDC driver out there doing a great job in 6th. Back in 7th, Sam Collins, who's had a good run in his number 10 Holden. And we look back to Matt Powelski in the Red Bull machine. He's currently in 9th, and rounding out the top 10 cars, that would be Dale Niche. Now, unfortunately, guys, Dale Niche off the track. Must have had an incident very recently. He is only 2 laps off the pace, but the car is off the track. Dale is in the garage area. Looks like his day is done. The same can be said about Richard Elward and Cockrell, and obviously, Marty, you're here with us, so that means your race day is over as well for those watching on. But yeah. Man, only less than a handful of laps left. McMullen out here in a killer lead, and what can you really say, man? This guy has really turned things around this season. What do you think?
Oh, he's definitely stepped it up. Come mid-season, he really made a focus on achieving his goal of trying to win a 3rd title, and he's applied himself really well.
Yeah, it's fun, seeing him. He's obviously no stranger to the Americas Series. He's been a back-to-back champion here before, looking for that 3rd title. And it's going to be fun if he gets it. That'll give all the SDC boys something to shoot for next year to kind of knock him down and rise above. That's what competition's all about, man. It makes it fun. And, boy, it really makes it fun for us in the booth when we have rivals and friendly rivals like that at best here. That's one thing I love about it.
As soon as we put the visor down and the lights go green, You know, it's on for young and old out there, and you know, the level of competition is outstanding. You know, and you know, with STC Motorsports personally, you know, we've still got a couple of guys looking to come back and get into form, along with young Ethan and Crackers and Nigel. So definitely, you know, we've got our presence there, and yeah, we'll definitely be looking to try and get a couple trophies in the cabinet in the coming seasons for sure.
Man, that's fantastic. Kane, what were you about to say, bud?
Ending incident was a lot like Marty's. It looked like he just was driving along and the engine gave out on him.
Boy, that's two engine kapoots today.
As I was getting ready to say earlier, way back when we were talking about it last time, I don't know, a car ended up in the vicinity of another car or something, but I was going to say that the NASCAR guys had the same issues, especially the Fords, and a couple other drivers. So
I was going to point out one Ford and one Holden with engine failures today, so not to worry about from the manufacturer point of view here, but you're absolutely all right, guys, lap 33. I'm about to start lap 33 of 34. And as soon as this Red Bull Holden gets around the oak tree here and heads down to start this 33rd lap, we will have a white flag up in the air. And now it will be the next time by, the white flag will be waving here at VIR. And right now it's all Marlon McMullen. Now, Marty, you were about to bring something up, buddy. What was that?
I was just going to bring up in regards to the number of the Clipsal 500, the round one. We were kicking off, race one was kicking off as well, so it sort of hurt some of the numbers today, I imagine, and with only 26 cars, it split the field 13 apiece.
Yeah,
so made a small field size, but a good strength of field. Missed opportunity for myself there, but I was just there if anyone was wondering why it was such a small field here today.
I was absolutely wondering that, so I'm so glad that you said that. I was literally going to ask that in the post-race show and wonder just exactly why that the field sizes were so small, but that definitely answers that. And it is going to wait the fourth lap, which he is just about to do. We will be on our final lap of the race. It's been an outstanding show so far, man. What a run by Marlon McMullen and Ethan Griggault. Also Ian Ford, man. Really good job from these guys.
During opening laps, I had a good battle with him there as he was trying to come back through the field.
Red Bull Holden has to just keep this thing on the track and keep it out of trouble. And with the current pace that he has, this should be a big win for him today. This will make it else, let's say, to jump ahead of him and get this third championship away from him. It's looking really, really, really etched in stone here. We'll say he's got the concrete down and the name carved in. All he's got to do is let the concrete dry. Time today. He's halfway home here in week 11 of the V8 Supercar America Series, boys. And right now, I was looking around to see if there's any secondary battles on the track, and not really anything at the moment. It's just been such an open race, big field, but we had awesome battles early in this race. Very aggressive, and it's all come down to this. So only a few turns remain for the huge win on him on the season. And here it is, guys, for the final time today, your winner at VIR, Marlon McMullen.
Marlon's going to be really happy about that. It's been work's paid off this week. He's been doing a lot of practicing and getting his lap time down and really working hard. This is, of course, a track that he really enjoys. It's one of those tracks that you really got to be up, and it definitely paid off for him here today.
It really did, guys. Marlon, like you said, Kane, he is just means a lot to him. Not only is it a win that's been a long time coming, but it's on the broadcast. He's had a couple wins off the broadcast, some Thursday night victories, but as far as a broadcast victory, it's been a little while for Marlon, so it's really good to see him back on that high step on the podium. And I tell you what, buddy, he is looking like celebrating out there. He's already shown us a little bit of tricks out there on the track. I can already just see the smile, and just good to see for him, as this has been a great season for him. And he needed a good season. He really needed a good season. And there he goes, right at Road Atlanta, man. That's going to be real exciting. Let's look at some of the rest of the mentioned. Our winner, Marlon McMullen, in second place, the SDC, or newly added SDC Motorsport driver, the number 8 Sim Pit Holden, Ethan Grigg Galt, and what a while today. Had just a fantastic performance. Today in third, it went to the TTR Trans-Tasmanian Racing Machine in the Ford Falcon there. That was Tony Ottridge. A great job for him. He was able to sneak up in there and get a podium away from our fourth place driver, Ian Ford. Ian, in the Maverick Weldon Holden, ran up in that podium spot for most of the race, and unfortunately just fell out of the podium position. But what a race from Ian. He has just had a remarkable season, and another good job from him. Back in fifth, it was Michael Cracknell in the Sim Pit Racing Holden. And a great run there from Michael Cracknell, another driver who has had a remarkable season. It continues to show here with another top 5. Looking back in sixth place, Nigel Baines in the number 5 machine. Back in 7th place today, it was Sam Collins in his number 10 Holden. Back in 8th place in the number 9 car, Maverick position. Sorry, guys. Our Red Bull Holden, Matt Pawelski. What a job rebounding from him. He had several incidents throughout today's race. And then now, looking at the rest of the guys, unfortunately unable to finish the race today, the number 13 car of Del Niche in 10th. And then Richard Elward, the number 11 car, finished in 11th. 12th went to Clifton Cockrell, and of course Marty Carroll in 13th. Marty Carroll and Dale Niche with blown engines today, guys. Very, very unfortunate, because both of those cars look good early in the race.
Yeah, no, I'd just like to thank you guys for having me in the booth. It's good to catch up with you. It's a little bit premature to get in here for an interview this time, but I'd just like to thank you for putting on a tremendous broadcast once again, and once you got past the early technical difficulties tonight, and look forward to catching up again next week,
buddy. And man, hang with us for a minute. Let's hear what Marlon has to say about his victory, man. Let's bring him in. Was happy to have you. Let's go ahead and say it. Congratulations, man. What a fantastic victory. Tell us about it.
Yeah, g'day guys. I can't believe it. It's my first win in over 8 months in the Americas series in the main split. It's been a hell of a long time, and I just can't believe it at the moment. But it was a fantastic race. I didn't expect to start second. I was hoping third, so I could sort of get that inside line, and the turn one is a little bit trickier. But it all came off pretty well. I had a pretty good start and was able to sort of hang behind Tony for that first lap, which is pretty important. And then, I just really started to put, the hammer down on him, and was really trying to put pressure on him, trying to figure out a spot I could pass him at. And usually some of my passes are usually pretty unorthodox at some weird spots. And able to, again today, I was able to show that pass and was able to hold off the lead for a bit. And just really struggled to try and get away from the draft. All those guys behind me within 1.8 seconds, those first few laps, it's mighty tough, trying to break them. So I was able to hold him off until the pit lane, and Ethan came in with me, and we had a pretty good stoush towards the end. Unfortunately, I underfilled the car a little bit, so I was sort of fuel saving towards the end. But no, really happy with my pace out of the pits in the second stint. Not so.
Tell me real quick about your run there at the beginning of the race. What an aggressive move back and forth between both you and Ethan Grigg Galt. Y'all really were going at it back and forth there. Tell me about that.
Yeah, it was an awesome battle, going with Tony, Ethan, and I at the start. And first I tried to get past Tony, and then, fell off at the last corner and was able to salvage that one. And then, Ethan was right on my bumper, and, you know, I didn't expect him to give it a good launch at the carousel like that, but, you know, I tried to leave him some room, and there's a little bit of contact. I was able to salvage it with not too much damage, but, you know, we had a really good sort of stoush into the next couple of corners, and I was a little bit, you know, grumpy. You probably see it, and yeah, sort of just took another shot at him. So, you know, he did one to me, I did one back at him. So, Robbing's racing, it's all good.
Absolutely. Well, what a wonderful job. We mentioned it was off the air, but we were talking a little bit pre-race, about Marlon, about your season and how important a good result today would mean. And here, a victory is how you respond, man. Congratulations. Really looking forward to you next.
Yeah, you know, as I said, I don't like to think of these things until they're all wrapped up. But, you know, after today's race, it's looking pretty good. So, you know, all I want to do now is just sort of not focus on it and race these last couple of rounds like I did today. And, you know, to me, I'll look at it, you know, when the season's done, you know, I'll think back on it. And, yeah, I just want to go out with sort of a bang at Rhodeland. It's one of my favourite tracks as well. So things looked pretty good last season. So hopefully the momentum carries on to this season.
We wish you the best next week, buddy.
Thank you so much, guys. Cheers.
Absolutely. That is Marlon McMullen, everybody. A phenomenal job from him tonight. And just looking like it's going to be another year for Marlon. It could be seeing the three-time champ here in the Americas Series, Kane.
Yeah, it's definitely possible, and that's going to make next season real interesting. Real interesting, as I'm sure Tony Aldridge is going to want a next season with a vengeance to try to get one of those three-time champions as well.
That's going to make for a great storyline for next year. We're going to have to make that into a big storyline, maybe like a little promo video. It's a good idea, Kane. But, yeah, man, it's been a phenomenal, and we've had some exceptional races here in the America Series, and I can't wait for the finale next week. We finish things up at Road Atlanta, and then as you guys know, we'll head off into another Week 13, and we'll get exciting new build news from iRacing. I haven't heard anything, so it's going to be really cool and kind of surprising. I think I know we're getting Monza finally, so that is really exciting. And then other than that, I'm not quite sure, and maybe a truck, so that's going to be, you know, really cool. And you know, I kind of want to be surprised, really. I don't want to look too much into it, and I think it's going to be really exciting to start that new season too. We'll get back in for season 2 of the Americas Series, and I believe to grow. We've had so much new talent here, and it's been good to see a lot of the guys down in the second split. And I know tonight a little disappointing on the numbers, but it definitely makes sense. Clipsal 500 getting kicked off, so quite understandable. All the guys wanting to watch.
Speaking of the Clipsal, I do want to mention, since this is the kind of the post-race show, we don't have a very big post-race show here, but some drivers are starting to come in now. But I did want to mention that last week we talked in great about the race view and that it wasn't available. It just wasn't available yet. They do have the V8 Super View available now to purchase, and just like before, it's the same package, and I think it's $10 cheaper now. But yeah, about $40 for the season, and we'll be able to watch the whole series. So that's awesome.
I will purchase that right away, Kane. I am so glad that you told us about that. That is phenomenal, and that made my night. But speaking of calling things a little early tonight, you know, and guys missing the race for the Clipsal 500, don't feel bad. I am going to, you know, head off. I'm going to make you feel bad for a minute, though, because I am here on the broadcast instead of being at Atlanta Motor Speedway. But I'll be it's awesome, man. I mean, you know, the start of the V8 Supercar season, the Clipsal 500, always a big race, and I'll be really excited to find out who wins that. And so I'm gonna have to get on there and purchase RaceView. I'm like I said, that really made my night, knowing that they are bringing that back. Now I know that I can watch the V8.
Yep,
it's worth every penny.
Absolutely.
To me, that's worth every penny. And I'm hoping that one of those races I'll be there.
Yeah, definitely. We've got some pretty good plans for some fundraising ideas to try to get some funds to get us over there come October. Hopefully we're able to raise enough funds to get an awesome fun time. I just can't wait to meet Marty and Jay and so many of these guys in person. It would be so much fun.
Speaking of fundraising, yeah, guys, we do have something set up already. Kane's worked very hard. If you just want to donate out of the goodness of your heart, Australia, all you have to do is head over to bathurstorbust.com. Once again, that's www.bathurstorbust.com. And just check this site out. It's a site you can donate whatever you want to. And it's right some little page there on what we're trying to do, and just it's just amazing. I think it's not only just us going to have fun at a race. We're really trying to make it into an actual show, and pretty much everybody that donates is going to get a chance to pretty much go along with us on a virtual vacation. We're going to be bringing HD cameras with us, and we'll be airing constantly the footage that we have over in Australia. So it'll be really exciting.
Well, it's real important to me not to just put my hand with hers just because we're good, cool guys. I really want you guys to understand that we're not just wanting a handout. We got every intention of giving you a product from us. Able to go to Bathurst, then you can watch our footage and feel like you're right there with us. And we're gonna have so much video available that it's really going to be a lot of fun just to sit back if you're not able to enjoy our trip.
There's something in real quick.
I was going to say we do have some other ideas to as fundraisers, with our all jacked up radio show that we some of our radio broadcasts, and for $1 or so or something like that. So we're going to make some special ones of those to try to bring in some revenue to try to help the cause, and over the next few weeks we'll do one of those to get things rolling. And we do got a few months. That's one of the good things. We do got a few months of work to be able to.
Yeah, man, absolutely. One thing I wanted to say was our show here. It's going to be a very a very inside look at our lives and of our real time. We're not going to put on a front. It's going to be us in the raw. What you see is what you get. It won't be when we're on the show, we try to be professional as we can be, and we're ourselves, but at the same time we try to be professional. But when we're on this trip to Australia to see the Bathurst 1000 for the first time as Americans in person, we are going to be full blast. That's the nice way to say it here.
And we're going to be surrounded by a bunch of Aussies, and so it will be explicit lyrics. It will have parental advisory tag on the videos.
Yeah, it's gonna be balls to the wall. Let's just say that.
I do want to mention that we do Mick Cracknell. Mick, how was your race?
Hey guys. Yeah, it was interesting. First lap I was last after his rears bound into turn way. Fifth is alright, so from where I was, I'll take it.
Man, absolutely, man. Tell me about the start of the race. We got to the race a little bit late. We saw right after the very start. We got there, or I got in there right as we were about halfway through the first lap. Tell me about that start.
Yeah, everyone sort of got off pretty clean. I was behind Ian Ford, and he swept to the inside to cover his line. That was fine. So I went to the outside and just going into turn one. I think Marty went in a little bit hot and blocked his rears, and we were all sort of looked like we were going to get through it clean, but myself and Nigel ended up just in front of me a couple of corners later. So from there, it was basically a case of fight back and try and just get a reasonable result out of it.
You mentioned going in the grass. I see, looking at you on camera, looking at your driver's suit, you got that grass all over your driver's suit.
Yeah, there's plenty of grass. There's so much grass around this place. Not funny. But, no, it was an alright race after that. I had reasonable speed, and it was a shame what happened to Marty. I think he blew his motor, but congrats to the good up front by the looks of it.
Mike, let's talk just real quick while I have you. I know we're going to kind of cut the show a little shorter than usual, but just because I know everybody's wanting to watch the race and you guys go enjoy that. But one thing I want to talk about is just how well you've done this season. It's really been a very positive season for you, and we only have one race left. Has this season, to you, have you felt yourself improve over the season a little bit, or is it just something that I'm noticing, or something? Is something that's not there?
No, I'm not really sure. Like, I mean, the results seem to suggest that I'm improving, and I feel like I'm gradually getting faster and sort of getting closer to the podium. But yeah, I'm just enjoying it, enjoying the driving, and hopefully the results will come and the speed will improve as well. I've been that close to the podium so many times. It's so funny, just can't crack it.
Click, you get it, and all of a sudden you're fast. This car takes a lot of work, and it
Unless
comes.
you're
There are a couple people that have just picked it up so fast, and it's like, that is crazy fast. But typically, this car takes a lot of work, and the improvement is pretty gradual, and you're definitely making those improvements we've seen over this last season. Like JD said, we've really seen, or coming into this season, even started off this season with a bang. So good job.
Yeah, cheers, Kane. That definitely helps having a decent team around you like SDC Motorsport, like Marty and everybody in there are really supportive, and I've learned so much as far as not only driving but car setups as well from those guys. Like, I got to put a lot of the credit to them, to be honest.
And that's fantastic. I mean, we all know how good STC Motorsports is. They are a top-notch team in the V8 Supercar world and other parts of sim racing as well. It just seems like you've really enjoyed your time there so far. And I guess what I'm trying to get at is things are looking very positive for season 2 of the 2015 campaign here in the V8's Americas.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to season 2. This is probably my last race for the season because I'm going to be away next weekend. But rolling season 2, and hopefully the improvement can continue.
Well, I really hope that it does, and I got a strong feeling that it will, Michael. And we really think it's Supercars race, man. Go enjoy the Clipsal 500, and nobody tell me who wins it because I really, really want to watch it as soon as I get back from Atlanta Motor Speedway this weekend.
Yeah, no worries, guys. Thanks for having me. Really good broadcast you guys put on. So always good to be part of it.
Tonight's was a little different. Of course, we were just a little touch late. I walked in at 8:10, 8:15 here, so yeah, it was pretty tight getting it started. In the excellent racing for the first half of the race, but the last half the cars kind of got a little gap in between, and so kind of the pace of the race really kind of slowed down. So this was kind of an unusual broadcast for the season. The season's had a lot of really close action-packed racing, and so the last half of this one just seemed a little unusual for this series, but gave us a chance to catch our breath.
Yeah, it's one of those tracks where it takes so much to get the hang of it. Like, it's very technical and very flowing, but at the same time it's got some strange corners that you probably wouldn't see on any other track. So it's one of those tracks I think that will spread the field out quite a lot.
Man, it is awesome, and like I said, I wish you the best of luck next season. It's be a big season for a lot of drivers in the America Series. I feel like there's been a lot of guys really step up their game this season. We've seen some big names that have kind of started to fall back a little bit in the field because we've had so many newer names coming up towards the front, and that has been so exciting to see. And I'm just really excited to see how things are going to shape out next week at Road Atlanta, a home track. Love watching Road Atlanta, and the new season where we look forward. It's a real pleasure. Like I said, go. I guess.
Hey, Kane. Again, thanks for having me, and I'll see you in season 2.
Do you want to talk
Absolutely,
to
buddy.
Rory Winram, who is in here with us? He was in Split 2 tonight. He's having a heck of a points battle in the championship run with Ryan Shelton last I seen. Rory, how was your race there in the second split?
It was a little good, a little bad. The start of the race was a little rough, I think. I don't know, up to about lap 15 I had a couple offs and just fell back. I didn't feel the pace very well, and then after about lap 15 I think I cooled the tires down or something, and it kind of started to click a little bit better.
Well, how'd you end up finishing over there? I don't have any of the results with me, but how did...
It turned out pretty good. Ryan got the win there. Mark, Peter, Dean got second. Tim Faltus got third. I was in fourth. I don't know if you guys want me to run through the whole.
Nope.
Then Shane Rayner in fifth. Zach Renke in sixth. Keith Wheeler in seventh. Alexander Hebert in eighth. Stephen Jenkins in ninth. Peter Simmons 10th. Clifford Chapman in 11th, Anthony Mino in 12th, and Adam Highland in 13th.
Awesome. Pretty small split tonight. I guess that's because the race going on there at Clipsal, but I don't like it whenever they're that small of splits, but it does definitely put cars that are racing against each other. There's a few of them, but they're usually pretty close in skill level, I guess. Makes for, especially in the top split, it really makes for some tough racing. But so how's the points going between? Last I heard, you and Ryan were in a serious battle for points.
Yeah, for sure. We've been back and forth. I'm not sure where it's at. I haven't seen the last update on the points, but I think 2 weeks ago I was ahead by about 9 points, and I think last week he got ahead of me, and then I think this week he's going to be a little ways ahead of me again. So I gotta pull up my bootstraps for the last race.
Awesome. Well, I know it won't be long at all before we start seeing you more regularly in the top split. You and Ryan both have been having some good runs in the second split, which has of course been earning you some I rating, and it split. Maybe next season we'll get to see you up in that top split for most of the season.
Yeah, for sure. This season's been kind of the goal to up the I rating a bit, and yeah, like you said, hopefully get into the top split maybe next season for more than a couple races.
Well, we look forward to it. It's always fun to watch it whenever you come into the top split and get to join the broadcast. It's usually you and Ryan having a heck of a race against each other, and considering so it's going to be fun to have you guys come up into the top split more regularly. Ryan I seen him pop in here a little bit ago, but only just for a second. I wish he would have stayed. I wanted to tell him thanks for the cameras that he made over the last week, but I said it a number of times throughout the broadcast, so I'm sure he'll see it. Well, Roy, thanks for stopping by. We're going to let you go so you can go watch the race. I'm sure you're probably pretty excited to watch the clips. Supercars America's Series, race number 11. Here, of course, Marlon McMullen had the race winning result here tonight. Ethan Grigg finished in second, just a few seconds down. It was definitely, the first half was really intense, but we're going to go ahead and call it a night. Visit alljackedupradio.com and check out our NASCAR radio show. We're going to be, before long, it'll be up on the website for you to watch, so make sure you check that out and visit that. You can also like the Facebook page, which is you can find it through you'll find it, but it's All Jacked Up Radio on Facebook as well. And thanks for watching, guys. We really appreciate each and every time you guys click on and watch this show, and we'll see you guys next week.
Just tell everybody again, thank you so much for hanging on and listening and watching the race. It's been an amazing season 1. We really look forward to seeing you guys in season 2. Of course, as we mentioned before, make sure you guys check out our Facebook page over for the brand new show, All Jacked Up, at facebook.com, and also
All Jacked Up Radio.
That's right. Yeah, it's our website too. Yeah, alljackedupradio.com. www.alljackedupradio.com. And I have been so impressed, and I just want to say thank you to everyone who has already, in only a little over a week, Kane, we've already been over 130 likes on our page. We've already had over 100 listens on our website, and I have just been truly, truly amazed at the support that we have seen already for our new show. And boy, we just want to continue to thank you guys and ask for you guys for your continued support. It means the world to us, and we're going to continue to bring you the best product that we can, as Kane and myself are just 2 huge race fans, and we love it. And in fact, check out what we have going on our Facebook. And also, you can also check on V8's online, as well as we always have our America's broadcast on Friday nights at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. And, of course, on Wednesday nights at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, we have, I think we can go ahead and
the support from everybody, and that we've already had 100 views and everything, and that's fantastic. It's definitely growing really quickly, and at this rate, it's going to even grow faster. But one of the most important things you can do is, if you like the radio show, and you enjoy listening to it, you know you got friends that are interested in racing as well, share it on your Facebook page. You know, make sure you put a share of the All Jacked Up Radio Facebook page onto your Facebook page. Share it with your friends, and then hopefully they'll like it and they'll share it, and we can really get the word out there pretty quickly and really broaden our base. So, and as well, same thing with the V8 Supercars America's broadcast that you just watched here. And make sure you click the like button and comment. We love to read the comments that you leave, and you're more than welcome to participate by leaving comments. And if you got any questions, ask them there, and we'll be a supporter of V8's online and of the V8 Supercars America series.
Absolutely, guys. And once again, from V8's Online, I'm JD Smith. With me, Kane Kraft, as always, buddy. Let's go ahead and close her up, and we'll be back next week as we have our conclusion. If Marlon McMullen can cap off that 3rd championship, you're not going to want to miss it. We'll be back next week at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Y'all have a great night. We'll be back.
Contact free. Close. Let's have a little bit of contact there from Smoke. He busts his way past.
Contact. Into the back of... Muggington has to cross over this crest. He will cross the line and will win the championship.